I just wanted to kind of review what we have covered here so far, because I kind of moved over to the microsystems because I wanted you to have that basis before we actually do the blending this afternoon. Okay, so so anyway, if you want to open it up, we talked about let's see, the different basics of the essential oils, and then what is aromatherapy. You know, so there's just a lot more details in here that you can follow. But the benefits of essential oils, I mean, they're so therapeutic. You can use them, as it says on here, antiseptic, anti-infectious, disinfecting, antiviral, probiotic, calming, energizing, balancing, wound healing, and barrier regulators. So those are all the different, you know, uses of the essential oils.
What's a barrier regulator?
That can go with, like, when the skin is chafed, you know, then you could put it on as a barrier, you know, so like I was talking about the hot spots on the dogs. Okay, and then there's this section on what is aromatherapy. And so I'm going to just let you read that, because that's just information that I've been talking about all along. And then what I want to get into is the different uses and dosages of aromatherapy. Like I said, aromatherapy, it's an ongoing learning experience. And there's so many wonderful courses that you can take out there. You know, so if you have an interest in expanding your knowledge in aromatherapy, you know, I'd be happy to share with Nancy some links of some different schools that I've studied with. But it's wonderful information, especially since you guys are all consultants in this field. It might be something you might want to expand on. So there's different usage and dosages. Okay, now I just put on here internal use just for your knowledge, okay? But we're never going to do that, okay, as consultants. But they do use them, you know, in France that way. But many of them are toxic, and they can weaken the internal organs, and so that's why we don't want to put ourselves at risk. Okay, you can use them externally, and you're going to see that there's different concentrations in carrier oils. That's why the oils that you have are so valuable, because they are meant to be used with the carrier oils that are in your kit. Okay, and so as you can see, even with massage, you know, when you there's only a 2 to 5% concentration, okay, that you put with the carrier oil. And we're going to go into the blending here this afternoon. And then you can do full body massage. Again, you want to use the carrier oil with that, but again, that will be only with your friends and family unless you decide to go on to become a licensed massage therapist. Now the topical on acupuncture points, that one you can, actually we can, you know, take, you know, the Q-tip, or maybe in the future we'll have these 1 ml vials that have an applicator with them, you know, that we can use on those points. Face oil, I think, I don't really want to get into that because Nancy has already designed the formulas, you know, for the wonderful skincare product lines that you have, as well as the baths. I mean, the sea salt baths that you have, I mean, it wouldn't hurt if you wanted to add, you know, some extra of your peppermint to the peppermint sea salt baths, or the lavender, you know, to have a more therapeutic effect of it. You could do that for your baths. And then cosmetic purposes, again, Nancy has pretty much covered that with how she puts that together. But, you know, the oils, you can use them as compresses. And what you can do is put it on a washcloth, and it can, you know, be very soothing, like for mosquito bites and things like that. Steam facials and facial saunas. This is something I have used with bronchitis or pneumonia, where I will put the tea tree or eucalyptus in some boiling water. And again, you don't need very much, only 5 to 8 drops, okay? And then you get a towel, and you put the towel over, you know, your skillet or your pot on the stove, and then you just make yourself a little steam bath with the towel, and you breathe in those vapors. Okay, it's very, very soothing to the lungs. Like I said, especially the tea tree and eucalyptus. And then Nancy has the mask covered, and then body wraps. Like I said, that just gets more specific, but we're not going to go into those here. Okay?
How long should they do the steam bath for?
Well, you know immediately when it starts working. You know, your lungs start burning up. Yeah, and you start coughing, congestant. So it's wonderful for sinuses as well. Very, very good for sinuses. Okay, so anyway, the oils on the next page. Let me see if this is. For some reason, my page isn't turning here, so I may just have to talk and let you guys read your booklets. So just read along with me, because for some reason I can't get this to. Maybe Libby, if you can figure out, I can't get it to scroll. But anyway, there's many different usages on the next page of therapeutic effects. You can use it for, I can't get it to scroll down.
Scroll a little bit.
Oh, yeah, just yeah. So bacterial.
Oh, there you go.
That's the next page.
Look at it. Okay, so these are all the different things that the essential oils can be used for. I mean, it's your medicine cabinet. So, so anyway, bacterial, fungal, viral infections, burns, chronic pain, chronic fatigue, depression, headaches, insomnia, menopausal PMS, migraines, sinus problems, skin rashes, soul wound healing, stress, addiction, AIDS, and HIV. That's a lot. And then there's also physical conditions. So we've gone over the respiratory disorders, we've reviewed the digestive disorders, gynecological disorders, you know, with UTIs and PMS, elimination disorders, you know, like either the constipation or diarrhea or irritable bowel. Lymphatic disorders, we talked about how to do the dry skin brushing, diseases of the skin and scalp, you know, psoriasis, and so that is all wonderful too. Immune system disorders, you know, anything that de-stresses the body also will help to, whenever the body is de-stressed, the immune system is enhanced, okay? So stress is the #1 cause. Well, actually, 96% of all underlying medical conditions, the core cause is stress. Stress has somehow disrupted, you know, the normal patterns of functioning of that different organ system or system in the body, okay? So enhancing your immune system is very, very important. Did you all realize that when you eat sugar, that it suppresses your immune system immediately by 50%? White sugar. There's been studies and research done on that. That's another reason carbonated beverages are really, really not good for, you know, if you're not feeling well. Okay?
Stress can also cause cancer to advance.
Yes, yes. So, anyway, Cornell University actually did studies, you know, showing the impact of stress on the body. And then cancer, of course, you know, in my work right now with hospice, I'm seeing how the oils can be very beneficial on many different levels, from the nausea and pain to the relaxation for the anxiety and for the depression. And then heart-related disorders, you know, again, heart-related problems many times, unless it's a genetic predisposition, you know, related to stress. What's the #1 day of the week that people have heart attacks?
Monday.
It is Monday.
Oh, wow.
People dreading to go to work. I know that doesn't affect any of you because you're working in a fun place here, unless you're doing something else too. But also the skeletal and muscular system, arthritis, different muscle spasms, back pain, all of those, the aromatherapy and the essential oils can enhance and help relax those muscle groups. Well, for some reason this isn't wanting to move for me, so. So let's just go on to the next page until it decides to shift for me. Computer tech. Okay, so then you have the benefit of physical application, and we went over that for physical therapy or occupational therapy. And I'm so glad I met you to see how they're incorporating so many fun things with young kids, because it's so important to get it started early in life for prevention. And then the Aromatic Spa. I don't know if Martha's still here, but Martha had one of the most beautiful clinics and spas down in Little Rock. And your sense as you first go in, you just get relaxed because of the aromatic, infusion of the oils and the relaxation of the energy of the room and everything. Okay, and then on the next page, the correct way of using the essential oils. There's purposeful application. We keep using that word, don't we? And the purposeful application is that's where you can use either single notes or blends in reflexology. So I'm excited to perhaps work with Nancy on creating some blends for headache, for depression, for insomnia, for PMS, for addictions. Those were probably in pain. Those are probably the key conditions that you see people coming over and over with chronic conditions. So wouldn't it be nice to have a blend that they could be shown how to purposefully apply these oils. Okay, so using the oils, they say in Indian head. What I mean by that is I've developed an Indian head massage. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how to do that in our little hands-on experiential that we're gonna do. In the body scrub or body polish sessions, again, you have wonderful tools, in your hand for Jordan Essentials, with the, Nancy, what's the stuff called that you do the hand? Salt scrub. That is so wonderful, not only for the hands, but the feet, and that is wonderful for massaging up the legs, the arms to stimulate, and the chest to stimulate the lymphatic system. Wonderful stuff. And we talked about having aroma stones, or I love the tip of having, the lotion bar, being able to melt that. So there's many that can be used topically for pain management. And peppermint is a very good oil for, when someone is having direct pain. Let's say the lumbar, is having a lot of pain, using peppermint. Now there are more advanced oils like helichrysum, but for the purpose of today, we're going to keep it basic and focused around the 5 basic oils, because that's what you're going to be sharing, with the people in your shows. Pregnancy. I have to be careful about pregnancy, and like I said, just because, and that has to be their choice, but it can be very relaxed. They have pregnancy massage, and lavender can be a very relaxing oil because of the stress that many of these young moms can be experiencing. Like I said, with babies and infants, you want to keep it either just aromatically, where they could breathe it, or aromatically that it's in the environment, or on the bottoms of the feet in a diluted amount. And I love rain. And as far as take-home products, what better place, than Jordan Essentials? I just want to give Nancy another. I'm looking around, at where she started with Country Bunny, and how everything has evolved. And I look back at, the product line and everything, and this is a really good thing, and a good thing that you guys are involved in, because you could be helping so many people, so easily and naturally, at home. So I think it's really wonderful. So she's incorporated all of these different things into her product line.